In the grand tapestry of American history, tales of audacity, defiance, and grit color its elaborate weave. There, amidst these multitudes, the saga of the Killdozer emerges as a distinctive testament to resilience or, perhaps, retribution. Now picture this: Granby, Colorado, a sleepy town nestled amidst the breathtaking embrace of mountains and valleys. A peaceful haven, its tranquility was shattered one fateful day in 2004 when a mechanized behemoth thundered through its serene streets, forever engraving June 4th into the town's memory. This isn't folklore or dystopian prophecy. It's the compelling chronicle of Marvin Heemeyer, an everyday man pushed to extraordinary lengths by bureaucratic apathy and corporate greed. Welcome, dear listeners, to the twisted narrative of the Killdozer. It's a tale born of simmering frustration and desperation, where vengeance takes the wheel, literally. Hold on to your seats as we delve into the twisting, turning narrative that left a small town in Colorado forever scarred by the rampage of the Killdozer. The battle begins. In the early 90s, Marvin Heemeyer, an Air Force veteran, rolled into Granby, Colorado to carve out a life for himself as a muffler repairman. A hard-working, diligent man, Marvin's dreams were of a simple sort. A peaceful life nestled in the humble environs of Granby, running his muffler shop, Mountain View Mufflers. An auction held in 1992 saw Marvin securing a coveted 2-acre property, a place where Marvin envisaged the growth of his business and his dreams. But he wasn't the only one with designs on this prime land. It was also sought by Cody Dochev, a powerful businessman with aspirations to erect a state-of-the-art concrete plant. In the eyes of Marvin, the land was to serve the people. In the eyes of Dochev, it was a stepping stone to further power. This was where the fault lines first appeared, and the rumblings of the storm to come started. Dochev, miffed by the defeat at the auction, declared war on Marvin. A war not fought on the battlefield, but in council chambers, with planning permits and zoning laws as ammunition. It was a war of attrition, where power, influence, and deep pockets seemed destined to triumph over one man's dreams. It was a war that would push Marvin Heemeyer to his breaking point and beyond. A town turns against a man. The town of Granby, once a tranquil sanctuary for Marvin, turned into an arena of hostility. It began with a simple sewage issue. The new property Marvin owned was not up to the town's code, yet the solution was far from simple. It involved extensive construction, crossing property lines, and approval from neighbors. Approval was denied by Cody Dochev and his allies. Marvin, facing mounting fines and a blockade on his business, found himself cornered. The siege escalates. By the late 90s, the situation had worsened for Marvin. With their legal arm twisting, the Dochev clan and their town hall cohorts forced Marvin into the unenviable position of watching his life's work slowly disintegrate. As if to rub salt into his festering wounds, Dochev went ahead with his concrete plant, cutting off the only access road to Mountain View Mufflers, driving away Marvin's customers. As his livelihood was being systematically dismantled around him, Marvin found himself facing escalating fines for failing to connect to the sewer line. A Kafkaesque nightmare unfolded before him, with endless red tape and biased town hall decisions pushing him further into a corner. His property, his business, his life, everything he had toiled for, seemed to be slipping through his fingers. The birth of the Killdozer. By the dawn of the new millennium, Marvin had hit rock bottom. The final blow came when his property and belongings were auctioned off. He was left with nothing but the bitter taste of injustice. But amidst this nadir, a glimmer of defiance began to shine. If the town had made him an outcast, he would make them remember him in a way they would never forget. In the cavernous belly of his muffler shop, a beast was born. Marvin had begun the painstaking process of creating a weapon the likes of which Granby had never seen before: the Killdozer. Built around a Komatsu D355A bulldozer, the Killdozer was no ordinary machine. Every element was painstakingly modified, every potential weakness fortified. The beast was a meticulous blend of engineering prowess and raw destructive power. And so it is safe to say, in 2004, the destruction was created. From the ashes of despair rose a formidable, fortified bulldozer. Marvin devoted his heart and soul to creating this machine, wielding half-inch steel plates and covering them with concrete to create an impenetrable shell. It was a mechanical embodiment of Marvin's own hard exterior, which had been hardened by the trials and tribulations he had faced. Its chassis was armored with a mix of steel and concrete, with composite armor half a meter thick in the front, shielding the cockpit from all conventional weapons. The contraption was practically impenetrable, designed to shrug off bullets, explosions, and anything else the law enforcement could throw at it. Marvin outfitted the Killdozer with onboard cameras, enclosed within 3-inch thick plexiglass shields, giving him a 360-degree view of the surrounding environment. For precise navigation, he installed a homemade GPS system in the cockpit, giving him an edge over anyone who dared stand in his path. To retaliate against any who dared oppose him, Marvin fitted the Killdozer with several automatic rifles. These were strategically placed within gun ports, ensuring he had complete coverage around the machine. Any approach would be met with a hail of bullets, further solidifying the Killdozer as a truly formidable machine. The Killdozer was designed for a singular purpose: destruction. Yet there was a strange elegance to its construction. Each part, every component was meticulously fashioned and assembled. Marvin poured his heart and soul into this machine, the embodiment of his simmering anger and thirst for vengeance. The Killdozer was Marvin's final act, a symbol of his disillusionment and rage. But beyond its threatening facade was a testament to one man's resilience and resourcefulness. Out of despair and frustration, Marvin had created a machine that would immortalize him for better or worse. In every steel plate, every rivet, every spool of wire, his message was clear. To the town of Granby, it seemed as if life was moving as it always had. Little did they know of the storm brewing silently in the heart of their town, within the walls of the muffler shop, now turned fortress. Unleashing the Fury. On June 4, 2004, the small town of Granby woke up to a day that would forever be etched in its collective memory. Marvin, confined within the fortified shell of his Killdozer, set off on a destructive spree, the likes of which the town had never seen before. His first target was the Mountain Park concrete plant, the physical manifestation of Dochev's triumph and his defeat. The bulldozer, now a mechanical titan, tore through the concrete plant like a hot knife through butter. The town watched in horrified fascination as their prosperous plant was reduced to rubble. From there, the Killdozer moved to Town Hall, then to the office of the Granby newspaper, an entity Marvin saw as complicit in his downfall. As the unstoppable machine of wrath lumbered through the streets, law enforcement was helpless, their bullets bouncing off the concrete-encased steel shell of the Killdozer. The final standoff. Granby was in a state of panic, its infrastructure crumbling under the Killdozer's might. The governor ordered the National Guard to step in. They responded with an Apache helicopter and troops armed with anti-tank missiles. But even they seemed powerless against Marvin's engineered behemoth. However, all reigns of terror must come to an end. During the Killdozer's attack on a hardware store, the colossal machine got stuck between the foundation and the basement. Despite his attempts, Marvin couldn't free his mechanical beast. After hours of destructive rampage and $7 million in damages, the Killdozer's journey came to an end. Marvin, trapped within his creation, chose to meet his end on his own terms. A single gunshot echoed from within the machine, marking the tragic end of Marvin Heemeyer. The Killdozer rampage had ended, leaving behind a shaken town and a tale of desperate vengeance. The aftermath. In the early hours of June 5th, authorities finally managed to break open the shell of the Killdozer, revealing the tragic outcome of Marvin's rampage. His lifeless body lay within the confines of the machine that had brought so much destruction. The once peaceful man was now synonymous with havoc that had gripped Granby. The Killdozer, Marvin's final testament, was taken apart, its components scattered among various junkyards to ensure it could never be reconstructed. A testament to one man's fury and engineering prowess, reduced to scrap, dispersed among the hidden corners of Colorado. But the memory of the Killdozer lived on, an ominous symbol of what despair and vengeance can drive a man to do. The legacy. Marvin Heemeyer, the man behind the Killdozer, left behind a legacy as complex as the machine he built. Was he a madman bent on destruction, or was he a victim pushed too far by a town and its influential elites? Depending on the perspective, the narrative changes, painting Marvin either as a villain or a martyr. In the end, though, Marvin's story serves as a chilling reminder of what can happen when a man feels cornered, when he believes there is no other way out. It's a tale of frustration, desperation, and retribution. An everyday man pushed to the brink, responding in a way that left a town and the world in shock. And so the saga of the Killdozer ended, leaving in its wake a tale both tragic and intriguing. Its story serves as a testament to the profound effect that perceived injustice can have on a person. As we examine the wreckage, we are compelled to question our own understanding of right and wrong, justice and vengeance, the hero and the villain. Because in the end, as Marvin's story vividly demonstrates, it's all a matter of perspective. Remember, the Killdozer is not just a tale of wreckage and revenge. It's a poignant narrative that tells us how the underdog can rise, how desperation can drive innovation, and how the quest for justice can take a deadly turn. Marvin Heemeyer's life and tragic end are a chilling reminder that sometimes it's the quiet ones who make the loudest noise. And with that, we conclude our story of the Killdozer, a tale as intriguing as it is unsettling. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this recounting, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more compelling stories that explore the depths of human nature. Until next time, keep asking questions, stay curious, and remember, there are always two sides to every story.